Shifting from your school year routine into summer can feel like someone flipped your life upside down, even though it can be really fun. Whether it's your kids' summer camps, the endless travel plans, weddings, vacations, or even just later sunsets throwing you off rhythm, it's easy to let your health take a backseat. But it doesn't have to be that way. In today's episode, I'm going to give you 5 key strategies to help you transition smoothly into your summer routine without letting your wellness slide. These are the exact tips that I give my 10WT clients to help them stay grounded and consistent, even when life gets chaotic. All right. This is, at the time of recording, we are in kind of transition week from school year into summer. So a lot of you guys listening to this, you're going to be maybe 1 week into summer, maybe 2 weeks into summer. And so it's still applicable to this transition time. But I have a ton of clients who are parents of kids. And I know, having coached these clients over the last 5, 6, 7 years, that the transition to summer can be tough because they had such a good routine in kind of the spring, and they were in the middle of school, and then summer happens, and it's like Memorial Day weekend kicks off, and they're probably traveling. And then summer camps are going to be starting up here in a week or two. And then there's going to be traveling, there's going to be vacations, and there's going to be July 4th, and all of that stuff can be great, and it's fun, and it's exciting, and getting out of your routine can be fun and exciting sometimes, but getting out of your routine can oftentimes cause your health and fitness to slide. You don't go to your workout class, or you don't stay in your workout routine as consistently. You don't cook at home as consistently. You're traveling more, so you're eating on the go a little bit more. And so all of these things can cause our health to slide and can cause all of the progress that we made in the beginning of the year to now regress back to where we started at the start of the year. And I want to make sure that that doesn't happen. I want to make sure that you can continue to make progress, or at least stay flatline and at least maintain all of the progress that you've made so far up to this year. So I'm going to give you 5 key strategies to really help you dial in and make sure that that is the case. But before we do so, I want to let you know that the next Nutrition Mastery Workshop is going to be Monday, June 16th at 5 p.m. Central Time. This is a workshop that helps you go from basic to elite with your nutritional habits. We have already formed the foundation of knowledge in the Fat Loss Forever workshop, and that's kind of Nutrition 1.0. But then this Nutrition Mastery Workshop is Nutrition 2.0. It's things like how to make sure we live longer, how to help our brain health, boost our immune system, improve our heart health, all of these things that you're going to learn in the Nutrition Mastery Workshop. So you can go sign up for free for this free virtual workshop at nickcarrier.com/mastery. Again, nickcarrier.com/mastery. You can join this from anywhere. It is a free virtual workshop on Monday, June 16th. 5 p.m. Central Time, nickcarrier.com/mastery. But for now, let's dive into 5 key strategies that are going to help you stay on track with your health throughout these summer months. Number 1 is prioritize yourself. Now, look, I know a lot of you guys who are listening to this are going to be parents. And even if you're not parents, your summer schedule is more chaotic than it would be during the traditional school year, if you will. But a lot of you guys who are parents, you are driving your kids to and from summer camps all the time. You're driving them to and from ball games all of the time. And I know they have a lot of activities. I know you need to prioritize them. And I know you're going to put a lot of pressure on yourself in order to do so, but you must prioritize yourself first. You're going to be a better version of yourself if you prioritize you before them. If you get in your 20, 30, 45, 60-minute workout before you become their Uber to around town, you're going to be so much better. You're going to not lose your temper as quickly with your kids driving them in the car. You're not going to lose your temper with them when you go on flights, when you have long car rides. Prioritize yourself. I know you want to be the best parent possible. I know you want to prioritize other people's maybe bachelor trips and bachelorette trips and vacations and going to the lake and going to the beach and all this stuff. But look, you have to prioritize yourself to show up as the best version of yourself for all of those people that you would like to serve and those people that you would like to prioritize. So don't fall into the people pleaser trap, and prioritize yourself. That's number 1. Number 2 is be organized with your calendar. This is absolutely critical. Get on the same page as the rest of your family members as to what is going on throughout the summer months. Make sure that you're aware of your travel dates, what your flight times are, so on and so forth. So you all have a clear picture and you can plan ahead accordingly. And I would really encourage you to plan your calendar around your workouts. Make sure your workouts are in your calendar first, especially if it's that big of a priority, because one of the things that I teach people when it comes to time management and calendar management is put the things in your calendar first that are non-negotiable, that are really the highest priority in your life, given the season of life that you're in. And for most of you guys listening, if you're listening to the Best You podcast, workouts should always be a non-negotiable. Doing workouts should always be a very high priority in your life. Now, maybe the duration of those workouts and the intensity of those workouts might vary depending on the season of your life and your goals, but there should almost always be workouts in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 workouts on a weekly basis. And if you put those in the calendar first as non-negotiables, then you'll work the other parts of your life around those. So put them in your calendar first. And again, talk through your calendar with your significant other. If you have a wife or a husband and you have kids, delegate certain things so that it works well with both of you guys. So number 2 is be organized with your calendar. Number 3 is pretty simple. Incorporate physical activity with your family. Again, this is very much applicable if you have kids. It's applicable if you're going on any kind of family vacations over these next summer months. If you're going on family vacations, do some sort of exercise or movement with your family members. That could be going on a bike ride, a walk on the beach, hiking, whatever it might be. And it's light outside later now. Make it a new tradition or a new routine to before dinner or after dinner with your kids. Go on a little walk, go on a little bike ride around the neighborhood. Whatever you got to do, I think incorporating physical activity with the family during the summer months in particular can be really powerful, both for you and for them. That's number 3. Number 4 is make as many meals at home as possible. Now, look, this would be a general piece of advice all the time, but especially in the summer. You tend to be on the go more. There tends to be a little bit less normalcy, a little less routine, and that causes a lot of us to struggle getting into the rhythm of like going to the grocery store, meal planning, meal prepping, and cooking, and it's just much easier sometimes to go through that fast food line, to do Uber Eats, to do DoorDash, to do all that kind of stuff. But don't let that be you. Of course, doing it maybe a little bit more in the summer is fine, but look, find a way to be stubborn about it. Be persistent. I know it's not going to be perfect, but all of you know that if you cook a meal at home, you're going to be 10 times healthier than if you order the food out, because you never exactly know what they're cooking it with, how much they're putting in. Usually the portion sizes are massive. And so eating at home is going to be far healthier. And then another little like pro tip on this is if you're going to the lake, let's say, bring lunch with you on the boat. If you're going to the beach, make lunch and bring it to the beach with yourself rather than going to the nearby lunch place at the beach. If you're going to the ballpark, bring lunch, bring snacks, bring stuff. If you're going on an airplane, bring food with you. Like, there's plenty of things that you can do if you just plan a little bit in advance to make it healthy, or at least a whole lot less bad than it could be. Rather than going to the beach and sitting on your butt and always eating out, make breakfast and lunch for yourself. Rather than going to the ballpark and eating burgers and hot dogs from the concession stand, bring lunch with you. Do the little bit of extra work and it will go a long way. It's going to allow you to come out of summer feeling great, and it's going to allow you to look the way you want to look during summer when you put that bathing suit on, if you will. So number 4 is make as many meals at home as possible, and then obviously bring some meals with you to the places that you might be going if applicable. Now, before I give the 5th and final tip, which I think is going to be critical, and it's a huge mindset shift that you have to make. Again, I want to remind you to join the Nutrition Mastery Workshop on Monday, June 16th at 5 p.m. Central Time. I'm telling you, it's going to allow you to take your nutritional habits from basic to elite, from not just like kind of having an understanding, but having a really deep understanding of what it's going to take to improve your gut health, your brain health, your heart health, your longevity, and boost your immune system as well. So I'm really excited to dive into the nitty gritty on this workshop. Go to nickcarrier.com/mastery to join completely for free. Again, on Monday, June 16th, 5 p.m. Central Time, nickcarrier.com/mastery. Come join us and I'll see you there. Now, the 5th and final one, and I'm going to get on you guys a little bit for this one, is don't use the vacation as an excuse. Don't use quotation marks vacation as an excuse. Now, look, I will be the first one to tell you that when I'm going on vacation, I might be a little bit more lax with my food intake, maybe on my workouts, but I'm usually always getting some sort of workout in, and my alcohol intake. But you got to remember that your body doesn't know, quote, vacation. Your body just knows like movement versus no movement, and it only knows what it's going into your body. It's not like, oh, okay, my body knows that I'm on vacation, so I eat this unhealthy thing and it's going to kind of forgive me and it's not going to have any kind of repercussions on my goals. It's like, no, it's your body doesn't think that way, if you will. What I like to think about is when I go on vacation, I like to think about how stacking myself up against other people. I know most people are not going to exercise on vacation. Look, most people don't exercise point blank. Most people just don't exercise in the first place. And so I like to do what other people aren't willing to do. But I even love more doing what other people aren't willing to do when people aren't willing to do it. So most people aren't willing to work out, and especially most people aren't willing to work out on vacation. But you know what? I'm going to be freaking working out on vacation. I'm going to use that as a little chip on my shoulder as a way to get ahead in life, as I'm going to be the type of person who does the thing that you don't want to do when people don't want to do it. And again, you don't have to like make it the best workout of your entire life. You can, again, we'll go on walks on the beach, go on bike rides, do hiking. The workout can be 15, 20, 30 minutes, play tennis, pickleball, golf, like be active. Don't just sit your ass on a chair all day long and not do anything. One more thing about a vacation. This is a very practical tip. I would really, 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 really urge you to do this. I feel very blessed and feel very lucky that my family always did this when we got on vacation. Almost like the first exact thing that we did when we got in town, it was either before we got to the house or hotel we were staying at, or we dropped our stuff off and then went immediately, was a grocery trip. Immediately when you arrive on vacation, go to the grocery store. Now, what you get from the grocery store, I'm not going to be the person to tell you, but maybe all you get is healthy snacks. Maybe that's it. Maybe you're the type of person who all you're going to eat at home is going to be breakfasts. And so you can control getting healthy breakfast. You might not be able to control what restaurants your friends decide to go to, or your family friends decide to go to, or whoever you're on vacation with decides to go to. You only have so much control over that. But like maybe breakfast you're going to control. Or maybe you're like, I'm going to maybe bring lunches with me, so I can maybe get some stuff for a couple of lunches. Think about what, from a food perspective, do I have the ability to control when I'm on this vacation, and go get it from the grocery store immediately. I promise you. If you don't get it immediately, and maybe like, I'll get it tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to come. Something else is going to pop up. And then you're like, I only have 2 more days on this vacation. I'll just kind of get by over the next 2 days. No, go immediately. Right when you arrive, go to the grocery store and get whatever amount of food is appropriate for you to be able to kind of control during your vacation. I hope maybe not all 5 things are applicable to you or you need to apply, but I hope 1 thing today, 2 things today, 3 things today is something that resonates with you, something you can apply today. And I just think it's absolutely critical to stay on track. I'm recording this right now, middle of May, end of May, when we're transitioning into summer. And I work with people all week long, 5 days a week. And I've seen it. People have been crushing their routine in the beginning of the year. And then when spring break happens, there's a little bit of a lax, and then they kind of get back into it. And then towards the end of the school year, there's a bunch of activities, and it starts to fall off a little bit again. The summer routine, especially right in the beginning of your summer, is your opportunity to get momentum going in the right direction again. Because we're going in the right direction at the beginning of the year, and then we falter a little bit. If the beginning of the summer, the first 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks of the summer, you don't find a way to get into some sort of rhythm and some sort of routine, and you don't implement some of this stuff, then the rest of summer is not going to self-correct. I promise you that. If you can start, though, the beginning of summer in some sort of rhythm and routine, then you're going to be able to, much more likely to maintain that throughout the duration of summer. So, to recap, number 1, prioritize yourself. Don't just fall victim to other people's priorities and driving your kids and being an Uber for your kids all week long. Prioritize yourself. Number 2, be organized with your calendar. Don't expect to not prepare and be healthy. Be organized with your calendar. Discuss with your significant other if applicable. Number 3, incorporate physical activity, whether that's going on late night walks with your family or exercising on vacation like tennis, pickleball, golf, etc. Number 4, make as many meals at home as possible. This might be the most important thing because I think it might be the easiest thing to, it might be the most difficult thing to get into a rhythm with, is going to the grocery store, meal planning, meal prepping, etc. because of the variety of schedule that you might have across the summer. And number 5, don't use the quote vacation just as an excuse to let all hell break loose. one of the phrases that I love to use with my clients is you don't have to be perfect, but make it not as bad as it could be. So when you go on vacation this summer, I'm not telling you you have to work out and bust your ass every single day. I'm not telling you every single meal has to be super healthy. I'm not telling you you don't have to have any alcohol or sweets or anything like that. But don't use it as an excuse to go completely off the rails and regress on all the progress that you've made thus far this year. I hope you guys enjoyed today. I think one of the next great videos that you would watch if you haven't seen it yet is why you're not losing fat. These 3 habits might be the reason. So if you want to watch that next, you can click here. If you're listening on the Apple Podcast app or on Spotify, then make sure you hit the follow button so you get notified of the future episodes that come out. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that like and subscribe button down below. We're really trying to grow the YouTube page right now, and we've got the new setup here in the studio, and I'm loving it, and I can't wait to continue to bring maximum value week after week after week. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I hope you have an awesome summer. I hope you have a good beginning to the summer. Obviously, I'll be talking with you as the summer goes, but I hope you have a great beginning to the summer. I hope you can begin to implement some of these strategies into your rhythm and routine of the summer, because if you can do these things, you'll continue to get closer to the healthiest version of yourself, and ultimately, you'll continue to get closer and closer to your best you.